Yo, guys. Welcome to the Blast from the Past movie podcast. I'm one of your hosts, CJ.
Joe Kill, keeping it real.
Jeremiah J. White.
And, of course, this is the podcast. We talk about movies from the past and if they should or should not be remade. And we just a bunch of moviegoers that like talking about movies. And that's why we're here.
That's
exactly why we're here. Okay, guys. So, it's February still. So, last week of February.
Yes.
When we post this, it'll be last week of February. It's Love Month, but it's also about to be March Madness.
That transition.
The transition we talked about. And I think this movie that we're going to do is going to hit both of them. It's not just, it's a triple threat. It's a romantic movie. It's a black movie for Black History Month because it's February.
That's right.
And it's leading into our basketball segment of movies starting in March. So starting in March, guys, basketball segments are coming up. Basketball movies from the past that we're going to talk about too. So today's movie is the epic movie Love and Basketball. What was that face from a dude?
Well, no.
I said the epic. You see this look on your face.
Because you said it's a triple threat. And keeping in the idea of basketball, this would be the triple double.
Right.
Triple double. You're right. You're right. We're going there.
It falls. It's 3 different categories for 2 months. Triple double.
Okay, you're right. You got me on that. It's a triple double. Got it. All right, guys. So we're talking about Love and Basketball. Love and Basketball came out in 2000. Starring, I want to say, Celine Latham.
And her first starring role.
That was her first starring role.
That was her. That was her as the lead actress.
Yeah. Got you. And then we had who else was in the movie? Omar Epps. And I think there was one more person that's like on there as a star. It don't make a difference. There's only too many.
They were the two main characters.
Yeah, exactly.
The parents were the Allstate guy,
Dennis Haysbert.
Dennis Haysbert, and Alfred Woodard was the mother. Was Sanaa Lathan's mother? Mm-hmm. What's his name? Allstate guy.
Are you a good hands?
Dennis Haysbert.
Alfred Woodard
was Omar Epps' father.
And Debbie Morgan.
Debbie Morgan, yes.
Played Omar Epps' mother.
So here's the thing, man. First of all, I'm gonna start with Jay on this one right first.
Right.
Jay, is this a black cult classic or just a regular black classic, or is this a regular classic in general?
Honestly, I heard another person say this, and I think this is spot on. So I don't know the guy's name. He's on another podcast.
Okay.
What's it? Black Men Can't Jump in Hollywood, something like that. It's a podcast, but it's perfect. This is the female. This is the black woman's Notebook.
Ooh.
It's the black. That was the perfect analogy. I was like, I had to take that. I was like, ooh.
Okay. I'm feeling to see. I'm trying to figure out. Really? Okay.
No, it definitely is. Talk to any black woman. Has she seen this movie? She's gonna say yes, and she's gonna say she loved the movie. Like, I'll talk to any white woman who says
they seen the Notebook.
They seen the Notebook, and they love the Notebook.
Okay, in that sense,
I was like trying to figure that one out.
Me too. I'm like, how the hell?
And they're both romantic movies. They're both actually, if you really think about it, they both start off when they're kids. The only thing Notebook starts off when they're in high school. Love and Basketball starts off when they're like in
junior high,
middle school, elementary school, somewhere along those lines. And then they lead up to when they're adults. They break up. They get back together at the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just that it takes place. One takes place in Crenshaw. One takes place. I don't know where the Notebook took place in.
In New Hampshire, something like that.
You know
what? I don't care about.
You know, it's so funny that you mentioned that too, because it's not very common to see actual schools that's not like a historical reference featured in a movie. What I mean by that is USC is in the movie as being USC, and Crenshaw High School is in there being as Crenshaw High School.
I think they just showed because they followed each other.
Yeah.
And there are a couple of other movies I was thinking about when you brought that up.
Yeah.
That showed actual historical black colleges in their movies.
Yeah.
Another one of Omar Epps' movies. what's the name of the movie? Where he was the track star.
Higher Learning.
Higher Learning.
One of my favorites.
That was an actual historical black college.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like that they kind of do that.
It wasn't a black college.
Yes, it was. Historical black college.
It was because Higher Learning had
it had white folks in it, yes.
Okay. But it's supposed to
it was a historical black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was just wondering because I say, you don't typically see that in a lot of movies. So I wonder what made them want to let them do that. You know what I mean? But obviously,
I think the story itself was it's a great story. The storyline. So if I'm a school, regardless if I'm a high school or if I'm in college, I'm like, hey, put me in a movie because it's a good movie and nobody's like. That's the cool thing about this story. Is not like. The cool thing about it is that it's not necessarily a black. Like, if you take the black people out and just put anybody else in there, it's the same story. Like, they don't talk about race that way.
The college scene, I will agree with you.
Right.
With the college
because it's Crenshaw.
Because it's Crenshaw High School. And I believe back in the time when this movie was made, I think USC was going through some issues anyway.
Oh, so they needed, like...
possibly a good publicity.
The positive.
Yeah.
Right.
Crenshaw has always been kind of going back and forth
with
their things. At one point they had lost their accreditation as a high school.
Yeah, that's true. Which is bad.
Oh, yeah.
All the way bad.
Yeah. So, with that being said, any positive that you can show.
Then it's right.
So, schools were jumping at the chance of that. I remember they were saying that Washington High School was in the bidding for it.
Really?
To get it.
Washington Prep?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's dope. Well, let's go.
It was just the. Sorry, didn't mean to cut
you.
Go
ahead.
But it was just the location.
Yeah.
Because they had a couple of scenes shot outside the school and stuff like that. And since the way if you film Crenshaw just right, there's no. It doesn't look like it's in a neighborhood if you film it just at the right angle, which they did. But Washington, no matter how you film it, unless you film it from the main street. You're gonna get neighborhood. There's no right angle for that.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that's what disqualified Washington from that.
Okay.
That's cool.
Well, Kills, man, when you saw this movie, did you mind the love? Like, did you like the love aspect of it? Did you like the love story? You think it was a good story?
I think it was that story that happens every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think you do have the basketball stars who possibly do fall in love.
Yeah.
You do have,
Well, Candace Parker and was her wife? I mean, her husband.
Wow.
Hey, you gonna tell me something, boy?
I'm tripping.
Hurt my feelings.
Her husband's a pro ball. I think he went to. I think he was in the Olympics too. I forgot her.
Okay.
But I just think that you do have in every culture, not just so much in our culture, but in every culture, you have those two kids that actually grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That fall in love.
Right.
True.
And it just so happens that these two play the same sport.
Right.
Yeah.
Normally, you don't have that. And I kind of like the diversity where you're like, okay, usually in most small towns, the quarterback is dating the cheerleader. So it's like, that's a given. But to have both of them be athletes, and that's where some of the drama takes place.
Yeah.
That I really like that they did that with that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What's it you?
Oh no, I love this is one of my favorite love stories. Like I said, I think I've said this on the podcast. I don't like The Notebook because I referenced it earlier. I don't really like The Notebook, but this one, I love this one. I don't and
okay.
Kind of puts a hammer into this is the Black Notebook.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he liked this one.
He liked it.
Right, exactly. No, I mean, I think because the reason I don't like The Notebook is because they were like, oh, you gotta watch it, it's so good. And I watched it, I was like, oh, I see this coming. But this one, I guess I was so young at the time that it was like, I mean, I was
developing that way.
Yeah, I guess. And I was just intrigued, and I don't know, everything about it I love. So I love the love story in it and how they were rivals, like when they were in, like when they first opened up and they show them out on the
playing in the backyard.
Yeah, playing in the backyard.
Yeah, and then she's like better than him at that point. You know what I mean? And he gets mad, and knocks her down like a little, like
kids do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that wasn't nothing new to us.
Right, exactly.
Well, I wanted to ask you, Kills, you have a daughter,
yes.
right? So when it comes down to, she really wanted to be like one of the guys. She wanted her idol in the movie was Magic Johnson. She wanted to be Magic Johnson. She was a tomboy.
Of course.
How do you think that translated to other girls in this generation, that era, that 2000 era?
I don't think it has anything to do with the time. I think you have those girls who are just hardcore athletes.
Right. Yeah, true.
In my day and age, when I was in school, we had a girl play on the football team. First girl in Southern California.
Oh, really?
Play on the football team. Shout out to Reseda High School.
Yeah. Reseda.
Oh yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
But my daughter played basketball, and one of her teammates grew up with 5 brothers.
So it was
what? And they all played basketball. So it was only, there.
You think it's hard for women to play basketball and lose their femininity? Did I say that right? I think I did. I kind of said it right. You got what I'm saying?
And
Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Go ahead.
But you asking?
I'm asking everybody. I'm asking both you guys.
I think that you can still take Lisa Leslie for example.
Mm-hmm.
Great basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
Carried her femininity all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Just speaking on athletes, Serena Williams.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fine black woman.
Right.
And I say that because there's some fine white women out there on the court.
Good, yeah.
But
I don't find her that attractive. I'm sorry.
my
Serena
God,
Williams.
bro.
Yeah, I don't find her that attractive.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
hey, my wife.
I love her though. I love her though.
Married, but
So that's your past.
That's
woman
a
got
fact.
ass.
Right. Oh, yeah.
That woman got ass.
Right.
And you ask any black man, just like Kermit Smith said, she got to have much backs. And Serena Williams, she's muscular. I will say that, and that turns a lot of men off.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But she's still feminine.
All the way through.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. What do you think, Jeff?
No, I don't think it takes away at all. One of my favorite things is it's gonna sound, I don't know. I like athletic women. Like I grew up playing sports. I grew up running track. I played football. Played basketball.
Oh, so that's all you was
So
looking
that's
at.
right. That's all I see was
Yeah.
muscular women. You know what I mean? Especially running track, they all muscular. You know what I mean?
Some more muscular than you.
Yeah, exactly.
But the funny thing, you said that, but in the movie, his character is not attracted to her because she plays ball like that. He wants a feminine character. He's always flirting. No, he seems like he always flirting. And in high school.
In high school, right? But you have to also take this. All the girls are hitting on him. He didn't have to.
He didn't have to chase.
He didn't have to chase anybody.
That's true.
Right. So and then even when it came, and so she is his best friend. Growing up, and so he probably. I don't think he started off looking at her like. And I think. Well, no, he does because when he was a kid.
When they were in high school, they were dating. But see, her whole thing was, I got to do basketball.
Yeah.
And she thought he should understand that.
Oh, you mean in college?
In high school, into college.
Oh yeah, when they hooked. Yeah, when they hooked him. Okay, yeah, right.
Her thing was, I'm here to support you playing basketball. You should be here supporting me playing basketball.
Right. Yeah.
And he's looking for somebody to kind of dote on him.
Right, because that's what he saw as he was growing up. His father was the pro athlete, and his mother
doted on
his father.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm shaking my head because I'm thinking to myself, this dude was a pro athlete. You was making money. What the hell are you doing in a regular ass neighborhood next to some regular ass folks?
But he's not in a rich. No. They're in a rich neighborhood.
They're in a wealthier neighborhood. They're like in Crenshaw Heights.
Yeah, or they're in La Brea. What was
they were in,
I forgot the name.
Okay, go ahead.
But they're in a rich.
They're in a wealthier part of the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's a rich black neighborhood, and that's the real neighborhood in L.A.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
Yeah. So and it's same for you can say the same thing about Sanaa Lathan's father. He was wealthy. He was very wealthy.
He was a banker, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. He was a well-known banker. I guess so. That makes sense.
And same for her mother who doted on, like that was just that's a common thing now.
But that was a common thing back at that time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The men went out, especially if you were that kind of man, where you had that kind of paying job. Your wife didn't do nothing but take care of the house.
Right.
Yeah.
And even her sister, her older sister,
right.
Her older sister was like, she was looking for a man that she could take care of.
Yeah.
Right. She wasn't looking for somebody to say, okay, you go out and you get this job.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like, it's not. It wasn't we're equal on pay wise or job wise. It was I stay home and I cook and clean.
I take care of the house.
I take care of the house.
It was almost that 50s kind of syndrome.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And it was fun. Was funny to me since we're talking about the family dynamic, is the difference between the mothers. And you could tell Omar Epps' mother she used to be a party animal. She was a hottie back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Alfre Woodard or Sanaa Lathan's mother, Alfre Woodard, she probably was a hottie, but she was definitely not a party animal. She was, I'm gonna be at the house. I'm chilling.
And just for you folks that have seen the show, yes, we do know their names are Monica and Quincy.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
In the movie, their names are Monica and Quincy. We know that already. You don't have to say anything about it.
Yes.
Right. Just for everybody else who don't know, it's easier to say their actual names.
Well, if we want to go with that, you have both of them going to USC.
Yes.
Right. And without shout out, one of the best powerhouses when it comes to basketball. I mean, I'm a UCLA fan, so you already know.
I'm a USC fan, but
yeah.
They used to be one of the biggest names in college basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, the East is kind of taking over that. I hate to say it.
That's true.
But you got teams like Duke, Syracuse. They're killing it.
Yeah, that's true.
But back to this movie.
Back to this movie. So here's my thing about that. So they both go to USC and then they have a falling out. So this falling out, do you think it was like warranted? Like, do you think that was the best way for the director to say, "Hey, let's show the separation now"?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. And I don't know. We kind of touched on that with the breakup thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a new surrounding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a whole new dynamic. You know, it's. I don't like the fact that if you're going to show this in its true nature, why was it another black girl?
Oh, well,
you got all this diversity at USC,
Mm-hmm.
and it just happens to be another black girl that they know from Crenshaw.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, I think the real reason they broke up was because Omar Epps was he just found out his dad cheated on his mom. Quincy found out his dad cheated on his mom.
He was upset.
And he was upset. And then Sanaa Lathan's character, Monica, she didn't console him the way he wanted to be consoled. You remember? So in the movie, they're hanging out, and he's talking to her about it. She's like, "Hey, I got to go back because I have curfew." She just found out that she was the starter or something.
She just got the starting
position, yeah. And so I got to go back to be, and come back to the room with me. And he's like, "Man, no, I need to deal with this right now." And she's like,
she didn't ask him to come back to the room.
She did.
No, he asked her to stay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But she didn't want to stay. No, that's fucked up. She should have stayed.
No, but she had curfew. But she also said, "Come to the room and come. Like we could talk about this in my room because I have curfew."
I don't think she said talk about this in my room.
No, she said we didn't
stay. Talk about it later.
Whatever the case is, but still,
but that goes back to what we're talking about. He didn't support her like she supported him, as far as the basketball goes.
Right.
And that's where the strain came in.
Oh, no. I mean, they both showed up to each other's games. They both helped each other work out. We already known that. That has nothing to do with they're gonna support each other. No, she did not want to
lose her starting position
over her man, not just her man, her best friend, a person she's known since middle school.
I get that,
but as my best friend, you should understand. I finally got the starting position on the women's basketball team, varsity basketball team. You should understand why I got to go back to my dorm.
No, I don't understand. Go ahead.
He was the star. He could get away with anything. She cannot get away. She just started in the.
She just got the starting position.
She just got the starting position, and the coach was already hard on her to begin with. So she's like, "Man, I can't lose this." And now, as your friend, as your lover, you should understand that. You should be like, "All right, babe, we can talk about it later. I'll chill out. I'm gonna go do whatever I'm gonna do real quick, and then tomorrow let's talk about it because I really need to get this off my chest."
But his head's not in the right position because
his head isn't. I mean, I understand that you're tripping at that moment, but at some point you gotta realize like I was tripping.
And the only reason,
but it's been being there. But this is the problem though, right? You're talking about you need to be there. Like we always there for each other, no matter. Because remember, all these scenes where Quincy's parents are always getting in arguments, and he finds himself over at her house, sleeping on the floor, or vice versa. So it's just like, okay, bro, like, we've been doing this for how long, and you gonna do this to me now?
But there was no consequence to her not being where she was supposed to be until she got to this point.
Right.
See, now there was a consequence, because you knew the way they portrayed the scene. You knew then if she would have stayed in his room with him to console him about this, she'd have been possibly even kicked off the team.
Right. And this is something she's been working on since she was. They
She
both been
could do
working
no
on
wrong.
it. Yeah.
He could do no wrong because he was the star.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. You know what? But it started the snowball effect for Quincy.
Yes,
Right.
it did.
And
Because of that moment.
Right.
Right.
And that's when he makes, I guess, the mistake of hooking up with the girl at the party.
But he said he didn't really. No, he said like.
It doesn't matter that he did
took the
not
girl to Burger King. I took the hoe to Burger King.
Right. It doesn't matter. He still did it, and he did it in front of her. He looked at her like, "Yo, I'm taking it."
Right, but in all actuality, you saying all of this, but I'm gonna ask you a quick question.
All right.
If the roles was reversed, would you expect her to act differently?
I mean, if I was
If you're in
Take their situation.
Yeah.
Okay, you just talked about the whole situation.
yeah.
You're just now getting your starter position.
Yeah.
Your girl is the star athlete at the school.
Yeah.
And then you like, yo, I have to get back because I have curfew. And she's mad at you.
Because you struggling.
You
struggling to get that starter position.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause if I'm the star athlete.
No,
you're not the star.
I'm not the star athlete.
You're not the
You're
star.
the struggling athlete.
So here's the thing. Yeah, I would have told her like, nah, you know what? We need to talk about that. We need to talk.
So you just say
I wouldn't have stayed. I would say, come back to me in my room and we'll talk about it.
That's basically what she did.
No, she didn't. She said, stay there. She didn't say those words.
She said, we'll talk about it later.
But see, she had a roommate. Too. She had a roommate. She didn't have her own room.
Right.
He had his own room.
I understand that part.
So how you gonna come back to my room and I got a roommate?
So that's the point. Like, it's called give and take. It's give and take. Look,
So
you need to talk. You need to talk. I need to stay in for curfew. Come to my room. We'll talk in my room. I'll tell my roommate because she don't play ball with me. So she have to understand. Like, this is my man. Like, there's a problem going on.
So wait a minute. So let's take it. Let's take it that next day or that next step where she shows up at the party with another nigga.
But she only
She only did that. The nigga to Burger King.
Wait. Right. She will only do that because of the actions I did. If I would have told her to come to my room so we can talk about this. At this point, I'm giving you an olive branch. I'm giving you.
But she gave him an olive branch, but we're gonna talk about it later.
We're gonna talk about it later. We need to talk about this shit now.
You can't do that because you have a roommate.
I don't know what makes you say I can't. Why can't I do that?
And then as a basketball player, once again, remember you are a struggling
basketball player.
You're not the star at the school.
Mm-hmm.
So you have curfew. You know what curfew means?
I understand that, but if you in my room,
you can't get. But
if she's in my room at curfew,
in a girl's dorm, you cannot have a dude in your room.
Look, man, I don't know what dorm you been to, but you can get into any kind of dorm room.
Anybody can get into a dorm. In colleges, there are curfews in dorms at a certain time for some, especially when you're a freshman.
It'd be inside, just be inside.
And people sneak in all the time.
Yeah.
But if you get caught,
that's your ass.
Yeah, and
that's just like you just not making for curfew.
Right, exactly.
But I'm in my room, you know what I'm saying?
But you got a dude in your room, and you ain't supposed to have a dude in your room.
Oh, we talking about my situation. I'm a dude, but that's a girl.
Okay, you don't have a girl. You're not supposed to have a girl in your room.
I don't swing that way. Okay, I don't swing that way.
I'm using her situation.
Right.
I'm just putting you in that situation.
I guess, man, but love conquer all, right? I mean, it's supposed to be one of those.
And that's what happens at the end of the movie.
Right, exactly.
Spoiler alert.
Hey, if y'all ain't seen it by now,
it's too late.
All right.
All our movies are spoiler alerts if you ain't seen it by now.
So okay, then let's get off that topic for a second. So he makes the decision to go to the NBA.
Yeah, he goes early.
He goes early to the NBA.
Yes,
gets hurt and gets hurt. Right, as we see a lot of players happen too, because we had Randall. That happened to Randall when he first came to the league. Happened to a couple players, you know what I mean?
RG3.
Yeah, all of them. So
all the black athletes.
Well, Most of them are. So it makes sense.
What did you think about her decision to go play up in Europe?
Well, she had to because there was no league out here at the time. So
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
So if she wanted to play ball,
Professional ball.
she had to go overseas, or she would have been a banker like her dad, which she did not want to do.
That
But
wasn't.
what? So she goes over to Europe and she plays
And becomes a superstar.
and becomes
Yeah.
a superstar, like an international superstar. She's killing it. And she decides to come back. Why?
Because they had the WNBA when she came back.
Yeah.
But that's not the reason why she came back.
That was one of the main reasons why she came back.
No, I think
Because
that's
she went-
speculation. That's speculation. You're speculating.
Well,
Okay, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Right. Well, here's the thing. She comes back. They have the WNBA now, so she comes back. Her family's all here. You know what I mean? So of
She
course,
was homesick.
Yeah,
She was homesick.
She can't speak the language.
Oh no, she learned the language.
I mean, she
Yeah,
does, but I'm just
but-
saying. But like, you know, when you go over there, you don't really know the language starting off. Then you learn it or whatever it is,
Right.
and you don't have that many friends. And then you know, it's a whole thing. Like if you go home, everything you don't have to learn, and you don't have to do anything. You're just
Yeah, but
you're
you're
home.
pretty much starting over though, because what
Well,
career
but
do you have
are
other
you?
than maybe coaching basketball?
Are
I
you
mean-
though?
Well, no,
Because
like
they're
that's
gonna
it.
have your stats. You be like, hey, now you gotta somehow. Now I say she didn't know how to transition right away.
Mm-hmm.
But if she knew how to transition, like, hey, I play ball here, I did this, I played, and then got to transition, then she would have
Because
been.
eventually she did become a banker for a second,
Yeah,
so she could
right.
do that.
Right.
And then we get a sighting from wow, why is her name escaping me? Next top model.
Tyra Banks.
Tyra Banks. We get from Tyra Banks in the movie.
Yeah.
You know, and
Which is funny because I think is that a
first
like a callback to Higher Learning because Omar Epps and right?
Oh,
Tyra Banks,
yeah, that's true.
Right. I mean, two different directors. John Singleton directed Higher Learning, and Gina Price by the Wood directed this movie, Love and Basketball. But I think she purposely did that to be like, hey, this is kind of a cool little nod to
That's true.
The funny thing about it is you got Love and Basketball, they both are basketball players.
right.
Higher Learning, they're both track stars.
Yeah.
So it's like,
What's up with black people? We got some way we can fall in love is through sports.
Hey, listen.
Well, I mean, there's been
I mean,
some lately
if that-
there's been-
no, because if you think about it, how high they were science.
Right.
I hate to bring that one up
Okay.
because
Well, I'll say this also they spend so much time together. So it's a lot easier to find somebody who's, you know what I mean, you're doing the same thing, you
but,
work out
you know,
together. It's-
I don't know about Jay, but I know you watch wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of wrestlers
date wrestlers.
Date
they wrestlers
yeah.
because they know the schedule, they
know how
know
to-
what they go through.
What's saying? Let's talk
Yeah.
a lot of fly attendants date pilots.
Pilots,
You
yeah.
know,
Well, not
So-
a lot of flight attendants, they pilots. They just do things.
the good old hookup.
The good old Mile High Club. I figure the only people that can be in the Mile High Club is these motherfuckers.
No,
Stingy.
no.
Oh no,
No.
no.
Kill.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna leave that alone. Shit.
Was in the club. I'm not there, but okay.
I know, right?
I'm trying.
All right, so here we go, guys. Let's ask the question: should this movie ever be remade? Kills. Should this movie ever be remade? Yes or no?
I think it's already been remade, just in a different situation. Come on now, just right.
Oh.
Come on now.
I get it. It's a little different, but okay.
Come on.
Yeah, it's a physical
No.
therapist.
It's a physical
and
therapist and a basketball player. Come on
player.
now.
No,
Okay.
I don't see it. Sorry.
All right, it's,
No, I don't
I can
see
see
it.
where you're going with it.
But I'm not saying an exact remake, but it's the same story.
But wasn't Just Right more comical than anything? Was
No,
less serious?
It was
Wait, I'm trying to remember which one was Just Right.
That's what it was with Queen Latifah and Common.
Oh yeah, no, I don't see that.
I'm okay. That's fine. You don't have to. Jay saw it. Two against
I
one.
know I've seen the movie, but I'm just saying like.
No. I'm talking about.
I see where he's going with it for it. Yeah. This is clear. This is a better movie than Just Right. I'll say that.
You like this better than Just Right?
I love this way better than Just Right.
I thought this was on. To me, it was on a level playing field.
Oh, Just Right. Really?
Yeah, because it showed same situation. Only difference is it wasn't the age ranging.
Yeah.
Because you had him and Queen Latifah, they fall in love. Even after you had Paula Patton.
Yeah.
break his heart.
I find it weird in that movie though because they were cousins.
They weren't.
They were cousins. And
Okay.
He took down 2 cousins like that.
Hey,
I
took down sisters, so I mean, yeah. But anyway,
Go ahead.
yeah. But anyway, you had Paula Patton leave him
Yeah.
after he got hurt.
Right, because she was only in it for the money.
He fell in love with Queen Latifah, and then Paula Patton comes back into the picture when she gets him rehabilitated, and he kind of.
That's a totally different storyline than Love and Basketball.
But it's not because
It's totally different.
it's the breakup.
That can be any movie like that, though.
It's basically.
But
But Kill said it
involves
takes it.
sports and everything like
It
that.
takes it from the first breakup to them getting back together. Something.
Yeah, but that's far from it, man. Like when you think about Love and Basketball, what makes Love and Basketball a good movie is because the showing over time. Where I mean is we got starting off in middle school, growing up and being friends, and showing their journey to that. You had there was no comical aspect to this movie. There's no comedic aspect to this at all. So it's just a straight love story. It's a straight drama versus something like Just Right, where you had little quirks here and there. It was
little funny parts,
stuff like that. And they didn't grow up together.
No.
You know, I'm just saying, I don't see it that way. But I mean, I still go back to think like this is.
It's funny you said that. That's one of the things I like about this movie is the growing up aspect.
Yeah.
How she equated it from the first quarter, the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter when they get together and all that. And then they start off the first part of the movie. They start off playing basketball. And then somewhere in the middle they play the strip basketball. Then at the end they play the basketball for the love. Like I don't know how.
Which is probably one of the greatest love scenes.
Which one are you talking about?
I'll play
for your heart.
I'll play for your heart.
That was one of the best lines I've ever heard.
Yeah,
that's
great.
Best love. I mean, love scene like fall in love scene and best line that almost like I have it up there with like.
And then he beats her.
He beats her. And they're playing hard, and he's giving her the business.
But her facial expressions. Come on.
And the song that's going, I forgot what the song was that was behind it.
But the cool thing about
damn, that shit was good.
The cool thing about it was he was giving her the business as far as roughing her up and everything like that.
Yeah,
but she was taking every bit of it.
Yes,
and she wanted it. Said, "I'm gonna play you for this. Does it make
come on?"
And I feel like that's more of a hood thing or a black thing. It's like, you know, when you're on a basketball court, that's into pride. No, I'll play you for that, man. I remember back in the day when you didn't have money and you wanted to embarrass somebody, like, dude, I'll play you for your shorts. You walk home in your boxers. You know what I'm saying? Like people was like people were like that. no, but I'm saying like, I'll play you for your shoes but that's how you state your dominance, and that's how you state, you know, and just by her doing it, because he was going, at first he was not playing, or he was playing, but he wasn't because his knee, you know. Then he start really playing and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because she was winning,
right? So it's just the funny thing is,
I'm watching it right now just for y'all look, because that is a dope scene.
Why are we gonna stop and look? Can't stop and watch.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm gonna let it play on the. Just go ahead and tell what you got to say. I'm gonna let them hear what's going on.
Check.
This is what we deal with, bro.
Wow.
This is what we deal with.
You can't even play it. But I'm saying I have that line as, you know, I'll play you for your heart, and then double or nothing. You know, of course, is when she like breaks down crying, and she takes it like a champ. Oh, fuck, it wasn't meant to be, and then walks away. He's like, double or nothing.
And what's funny, he's about to get married too.
He's getting married the next morning.
Yeah, so he had to call it. Oh,
so
I feel bad for the girl.
I
feel bad because it's like, dude, I'm getting married tomorrow.
Wait, but who would you have took over? Like, just to say, looks for looks. Who would you have took? Ty Bates at that time, or
I'd have taken
Sanaa?
Oh yeah, I took Sanaa.
Yeah, I took Sanaa. Yeah,
I'm sorry, Ty, you bad too.
Ty bad too, you know, but Sanaa, you can still get it. Man. All day. Twice on Sunday. Anyway, so wait, what I was gonna say was I have that line up there with like lines like, you know, you had me at hello. You know what I mean? Like that's
in that
category.
To me, that line is above you had me at hello.
But it was almost the same. It was almost the same thing. Like she's like, just stop,
shut up.
You had me at hello. I don't know who made that. I hope they got it copyrighted. Because
that was a hell of a line.
I'll play you for your heart. Who got that? Somebody should copyright that.
Those, like you said, those fall into those lines where those are trademark lines.
Yeah.
Just like they transcend everything.
That's the one thing I take away from the movie. I always remember that's
trademark
the that trademark line, and just that right there, the uttermost love.
Yeah.
Showing of love. So,
you're right.
Yeah, so that's one of those things.
Oh, let's not forget. I'm sorry. This woman's work for Maxwell and that song when they first make love.
Oh yeah.
For the first time. I can't hit that note. But
oh yeah, the make love the first time.
Yeah, that's a cold song. I love that cold song.
You said that was a cold song. Music put you in the mood.
What you right in the mood.
What you think kills though?
As far as what?
Should they or should they not?
Jay.
I don't know.
Oh my bad. I'm on Jay's side now.
This is a cold soundtrack too, just FYI. I'm on this. I like this. I'm always like, movies can always be remade.
Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily want to see this remade, but it still can. I'm gonna stick with my guns, and I'm gonna say it can be remade. I don't want to see it remade, but it can be. And it can be done great too. Especially now that it's the only difference is that she wouldn't have to go overseas. What they would have to do, because they have WNBA now, is she would just go to like New York or Washington D.C. or wherever.
Just put her in another city, away from him.
Or it could have been the fact that she didn't make it to the league. And so she's deciding she did get an offer to go play overseas. She could have did that way too.
She could have went to Japan.
Japan
exactly.
and still
instead of sending her to Europe, send her to Japan.
Yeah,
they ain't taking a lot of athletes.
Right.
Well, okay, so you
and then build her up and then she comes back. Yeah.
But would you want to see it again?
Would I want to see it again? It depends on who's in it, I guess. So we have to go to who's going to play who.
Okay, then start that off. Who would you get to play Quincy and who would you get to play Monica?
I don't know. I know we make the joke all the time, but I know Hollywood will put Michael B. Jordan as Quincy automatically. They're gonna do it. We make the joke about it all the time.
You need a dark brother. I'm sorry. You need a dark brother.
Oh man. But I feel like it's got to be somebody who's young.
Yeah.
Look like they're in their 20s, but it can also look like could be in their 30s, and it has to be slim. He has to be like a slim, muscular built because a basketball player.
Yeah.
Dang, I don't even know who I could see playing.
You don't know who you can see?
I don't know.
What about you, Kills?
I can nah.
But you know who I could? But she might be too young. She might be too young to play Sunai's character, Monica. And she's the girl. She's the girl who played in the Hunger Games. I think she's still only like 16 now. She was young for the Hunger Games. She was little.
Okay.
What's her name?
You're talking about...
She played Rue.
Yeah, she played Rue.
Yeah.
She's not too young.
Because
let me tell you, this girl has a comic book.
Oh.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
I think I told you about that.
Yeah, I've seen it. I think
it's called Niobe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's based on it's a character that she created that's based on her. Mm-hmm. But she's not too young to play.
You don't think so?
No.
I think I want to say she's only 16. Her name is. You know who else? Well, I don't know if she can. She could probably play her. We haven't seen her in a while. She's born 98. So how old is?
She's born 98. So she's 20.
She's 20. Okay, perfect. Yeah, okay.
She's 22.
22.
Because my daughter's born 94. And
simple math. We don't know how to do on this show apparently.
My daughter's 25 this year, so she'll be 20.
Okay, cool. Amanda Sternberg.
Mm-hmm. What's the name of the black girl from what's that movie? I want to say Killing the Bee or something like that.
Oh, Killing the Bee. No. On her,
why not? What's her name? First of all, somebody look that up. But anyway,
what's her name?
I don't know, man. Like it might be some no names on this one too.
To me, I got one of the perfect people for it.
Who?
Monica's little sister in the movie, Kyla Pratt.
You think
she plays basketball?
You think she could do it?
I think she could pull it off.
Okay.
I haven't seen her. She still looks young.
Yeah, she still looks young.
Because she's the same age as me. I know that.
She still looks young, and she does play basketball.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's one of her hobbies.
Done. Would you reprise their roles, Monica and Quincy, and they come back as the fathers?
Keke Palmer is her name.
Keke Palmer, there you go.
But I don't see Keke Palmer.
Well, she's an athlete. She's
She's the right age. I just don't see her doing the part justice. I'm not gonna lie. That's really it.
I mean, one of the reasons I can get it out.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I feel like Kyla Pratt could do the part and could do it justice, not only because of her athletic prowess, but because she was there.
She was there. Yeah, she was. Yeah. She's part of the movie.
She's part of the movie. So she knows what to put back into a movie.
Yeah.
Especially that one.
Okay.
Would I bring back Omar and Sinai to be the parents? No. I can't do that unless we're going Love and Basketball the Next Generation.
Right.
Next Generation.
Or Second Generation.
So basically a part 2.
Basically, yeah, part 2. It's not. I wouldn't do that as a remake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only because I'm gonna look at the movie and go, "Damn, that's Quincy."
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's not Quincy's dad. That's Quincy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, in that kind of idea, I couldn't do that. Just like I look at the movie coming out right now, or it's coming out soon, Shaft, the new Shaft.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You got Shaft Jr.
Yeah.
You got Shaft, and then you got Shaft's daddy, who was the original Shaft.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at, just like when Shaft came out, the first one. I'm looking at it going, no, you ain't Shaft. That's Shaft.
Yeah.
Well, for me.
Yeah.
Right.
No, yeah, for you. Yeah, I understand.
So,
but he might play a good Quincy. Shaft Jr. I mean, he played a basketball player and
yeah.
What was the name of the show on Stars? It was a show produced by LeBron James.
Remorse. Something's
Remorse. Yeah.
What about the guy from Superfly?
His hair too pretty.
Obviously, you get a haircut, man.
His hair too pretty. You can't cut that.
Shit.
It's too pretty.
Mama, man. Shit. Anyway.
No, I actually. What is he? Because he was in the dude from Superfly. Mm-hmm. He's on the spinoff of Blackish.
Grownish.
Grownish, yeah.
Grownish.
And his hair isn't that pretty on Grownish.
It's not pretty on Grownish.
No. It is. So he can do it.
Okay,
I think he can do it. They both tall, slim. Yeah, I think they can.
That's possible. Monica, nobody can know it.
No,
I think that's right.
Monica and Kyla Pratt, and then you said Quincy. You said
Amanda
yeah.
Stenberg.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's.
You know who? I'm sorry. You know who I think Hollywood will cast though for Monica? Zendaya.
Yeah.
She
getting everything.
Yeah.
She's the Michael B. Jordan.
Right. She's the female Michael B. Jordan. Exactly. I think she'll do okay. I think she could. I think she could pull it off.
Okay.
I think she could. I think we would have to work with her, but I think she could pull it off.
No, we have to work with her. She might get it.
See, to me, that causes a problem right there. If I got to work with you.
Well, they had to work with Sinai because Sinai didn't know how to play.
True.
And they got her a basketball coach. And at least with Zendaya, she's athletic because she's a dancer. So she's very
I mean, I do think this movie can be remade, but you shouldn't. I don't think it should be touched. I really think you shouldn't touch this movie. It's one of those movies where you try and react that magic, it just won't happen. I don't think it would be a movie for us. It wouldn't be a movie for people younger than us. You know what I'm saying? I don't see younger teens and really oh my God, that's so I don't see that. I don't see that because it's that type of movie.
Well, true, right. But I think that's the only movie that you can really do that kind of scenario with.
Right. Not necessarily.
You can do it with track, you can do it with basketball, but there's not too many other scenarios you're going to be able to do that with.
Right.
Say the Last Dance.
Say the Last Dance was different because I see where you're coming from, like with Kills, but Say the Last Dance was different just because it was the black and white issue, Romeo and Juliet in the hood.
That's true. That's true.
Right. The father wasn't worth shit.
Right, exactly. And then two, the dancing part was different because it wasn't like he didn't want to be a dancer. He just liked going to the club. He was like partying. And she wanted to be a dancer. And so
she wanted to be a dancer until her mama died.
Until her mama died, right? Exactly.
And he coerced her back into it.
Yeah.
But his whole thing was he was going to be a doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, to me, that's like you brought it up, but that's for me. I'm guessing that movie, your correlation is the same as my correlation with Just Right.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't see it.
I was just saying like, just the love story of it, you know, being
But
I know it's interracial, but it's a high school love story that one's fighting for their dream, one's not fighting, really fighting for their dream. I mean, that's true. That's so. I guess I retract that statement, but. I really feel like you shouldn't even touch it, man. Like I don't think people relate to it now.
I think they could relate to it.
I think that,
like I said, but I think between basketball and track, those are the only two you're gonna have to be able to do this with.
Right, and I was gonna say, I think the difference is from now as opposed to then. Is now a lot of people are more just focused on like superhero movies. Like that's what everybody talks about. As back then, it was just movies.
It was wide
open. Yeah, it didn't matter.
Wide open range.
You know, so that's I think where if it didn't do as well, just because it went up against, you know, Avengers or some.
Yeah,
I feel like we just don't typically have any true, as of right now, black romantic movies that are coming out like that or have been coming out.
When we haven't had that in a while.
We haven't had a lot of romantic movies to begin with.
I mean,
right,
Best Man, maybe Best Man's Holiday.
Best Man's Holiday.
That whole little franchise.
But no, I just think that we just haven't had one in a while, and I think it's just because, and as far as like black and non-black, just romantic. Because the last one to come out, I guess, will be Crazy Rich Asians, which actually did well.
Yeah,
so actually,
I like Crazy Rich Asians. To tell you the truth,
So that's what I'm saying. So this one could do, because this movie did well, like in the box office, I believe.
Yeah, so I know IMDb scored it at 7.2 out of 10.
Yeah, it should be higher. White people, you guys should boost that up. That's y'all.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. That's okay though. We love you anyway.
I like, I love the cover too, with them both kissing and embracing each other and holding the ball above their head. It's almost like basketball brothers together. It's almost one of those like statements, which is kind of cool. So I like the art on that because that's.
I don't even know if you can even recreate that. So now I don't know if you can recreate that poster. Cause that's a dope. That's an epic poster, right? I guess you have to redo that poster, but
yeah.
Cause I see it look like you found it.
Well, IMDb 7.2, Rotten Tomatoes 82%.
Not bad.
There you go, Rotten Tomatoes. You on point. A little bit higher.
Common Sense 3 out of 5.
I don't know who Common Sense is.
Common Sense is another one of the.
They didn't make no sense on that one.
Yeah, it made no sense. Yeah, I really feel like it should have been, but I think maybe because it
box office 27 million.
Do you think that reason why I only got 7.2 is because that it's only a black movie?
I think it possibly was.
Yeah,
I think it possibly was because you figured in 2000.
I'm sorry.
We were getting our feet wet. I mean, we had the John Singletons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we, Spike Lee. No offense, Spike, none whatsoever. But you kind of pushed some movies that you didn't need to push.
Mm-hmm.
He pushed the movies down some people's throats.
Yeah.
That it kind of hindered us.
I was gonna say, I know. For me personally, I've talked to some white people, some white coworkers, some white friends, associates, and some of them, whenever it comes to like a black movie, they be like, "Oh, I didn't go see it." And I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "I didn't think I could go. I think people were gonna like if I go in there, they're gonna be looking at me and blah blah." And I'm always like, "No, like we don't care if you go see our stuff. We don't care that much. Please go see it." And plus, just if that's how you feel, don't go see it in our neighborhood. Go see it in a white neighborhood. You have to worry
if they're playing it. Yeah, if they're playing it. Right. It's so funny because I felt about that when I went to go see Crazy Rich Asian. I ain't gonna lie, I expected to go in there and see a bunch of Asian people, and it was like all different kind of people in there. And I was already feeling insecure. Like maybe I shouldn't go in there. I'm by myself. I go to movies by myself a lot, so it's just like I go in there. I'm like, oh shit. It's like a little mixed crowd. It's cool. I'm thinking I'm gonna get looked at like all crazy. But I'm in there enjoying the damn movie. In fact, I just rented it on Redbox. I mean, it was.
It was
good.
A good movie is a good movie,
exactly.
Regardless of who's in the cast. So that's what I'm saying. If you see something, if you're a white person or a black person, Asian, whatever, you see something that catches your eye, go see it. Who cares if you think it's all Asians? I can't go see that because fucking go see the movie because you want to see the movie. If it's all black and you white, go see the movie.
So basically, what you're trying to say is we need to stop categorizing things as black classics and black cult classics and stuff like that. If it's not to the immediate struggle, if that makes sense.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the kind of movie. I was gonna say, this is the kind of movie, like I said earlier, where if you take them, and you can put anybody in these roles, you have to take them out of Crenshaw. That's the only reason why it's black, because it's in Crenshaw. It starts off in Crenshaw.
Yeah.
Now, if you take this and it's in Westwood, and by UCLA, it's gonna be white or Asian or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can. There's certain movies you don't go see it because you don't necessarily need the black. Oh, this is a black movie. Go see. This is a white. It's a movie about people. That's what it is. These are people.
And it's a great love story.
It's a great love
for
story.
athletes.
For athletes, fully fleshed out people. At the end of the day, character.
And it sends a good message to athletes, especially female athletes, to say like, "Hey, follow your dreams at no matter cost. Don't fall because of a guy, or if for a guy's version too, don't fall because of for a girl. Go out there and seek your dreams. You know what I mean, and do what you need to do to seek your dreams.
True.
And follow your passion. True. You're gonna fall down, but you gotta learn how to get back up.
Right.
And it's compromise as well. And then without anything else, if anything happens, play them for their heart. Play them for their heart. That's it. I mean, it's...
I don't know. What do you put an accent at the end of that?
I don't know. I just like, play them for their hearts. I don't know. Every time I feel like a romance, I feel like accent.
Well, since you're doing accent,
hey, play them for their heart.
Me accent? No.
Stupid.
But I agree with Jay. I think that, movies should... It's a movie.
Right.
It's entertainment. Bottom line, that's what it's there for.
Right.
It's for entertainment. So to label a movie a black movie, to me it's just adding the segregation onto the movie.
Right. It's barbaric at this point.
A movie's a movie is a movie. I've gone and seen,
Yeah.
There are movies that we have out now. Just went and seen one.
How to Train Your Dragon?
How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Yeah.
If you look at every last one of those movies, there's not a black person in that movie.
Right.
There's no one of color in that, even though they're all cartoons. There's no one of color in that movie. Do I care? No. I'm going for the entertainment value.
Right.
I watch shows on television. There's not a black person on the show. Do I care? No, I'm going for the entertainment value. Stop doing this, people. If you want to see a movie,
go see a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no black in the movie. So what?
Right.
If it's a good movie, it's a good movie. If it speaks to you, go see it. Some people like. It's funny because some people like, oh man, there ain't no black people in Harry Potter. There was 2. I mean, say that. For another example, one of my favorite shows in this world, in any other world, any other universe, is Game of Thrones.
Right.
I love Game of Thrones, and there's only one black character, or 2. I'm sorry. Well, technically, there's 3 black characters in the movie. There's one that you see for like a scene, and he dies.
Right.
And then there's 2 that are together. They get together. One's light skinned and everything, so you don't really know if he or she is black, but we don't go with it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, what I'm saying is there's plenty of movies out there that are just good for being good, and they're just because they don't have a black person in it or what the case may be, it's still a good story.
Honestly, it's really if they don't have a white person in it, because we go see, at the end of the day, we go see white movies because most movies are white movies. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like don't put black people in movies or whatever, because the issue, like, we live in America, which is a melting pot.
Yes.
So, depending on where it's at, if a movie takes place in Crenshaw, it's got to have black people because that's just where black people stay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's a fictional town, who can put everybody, put Asian, black, Mexican, put everybody in there, because then we get it. Okay, it's a mixed town. It's what we see on the regular. What America is supposed to be.
Exactly.
Even though they have racist people in the town, it's how America is.
Right, exactly. The only thing I say only reason that something should be only this person or only this race or this creed or whatever is like for Crazy Rich Asians. It takes place. It's about Asian society, Asian people. You know what I mean?
Standard.
I still, if it takes place here. See, I didn't see Crazy Rich Asians, so
okay.
So just bear with me. But if it takes place in the United States, you cannot tell me
that they don't have
one black friend.
Right.
Well,
they don't have that token black friend. Every Asian I know, sometimes I'm the token black friend.
Right.
But they know black people.
Right.
Well, okay, so brief rundown with Crazy Rich Asian.
Even though we're getting it off,
a little bit.
It's full circle.
Yeah.
It's full circle.
So basically, they start off in New York. She's a professor. Okay. And he's just there because he's rich.
Once again, opportunity for a black person.
Yeah. He wants to introduce to the family and take her back home to Singapore to introduce to the family.
Okay.
But the thing is, I wouldn't even say it's a typical Asian thing, because there's a lot of Hispanic families are like that. They don't like you dating outside their race. But the thing is, in this particular case, it's not that it's her race, it's her nationality. The fact that she's American Asian.
Oh,
and she and her family
he's Asian.
He's Asian, and he's born into a good, wealthy family. Gotcha. And so the mom wants him to marry somebody Asian of same good status family.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole problem right there.
Okay. Yeah, but even still, that makes sense just because it's like.
But that's culture.
Yeah, that's culture.
Right.
It is a cultural thing.
It's a cultural thing. So if a movie's about a specific culture, a specific race, then yeah, you got to do that. But
oh my God! Wait, I just thought about this. This literally is the Asian version of Coming to America.
Oh, you talking about Crazy Rich Asian?
Yeah. Crazy Rich Asian is pretty much the Asian version of Coming to America for the most part.
If you take out, because it's mainly about her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess if it was reversed and it was more about him and showing him come over here, then yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the fact that he's finding love. He falls in love with somebody. It's not
she
the
doesn't know that he's crazy.
He doesn't. She doesn't know that he's rich until they. What's the funny thing is until they go to his house. But the problem is, she finds out on the plane, and they get on the plane. It's like your first class is waiting for you, and she's like, "No, we're not first class people. We're more economy." And so he's like, just go with it. And they're sleeping in the
pods.
Not even a pod, bro. It's like the little, like those big fancy ones where it has like the two lay down seats, but they're right next to each other, like you make it into a bed, but the whole thing's a pod. Yeah, that's what it is. And she's like, we're family. We're well off. We deal in real estate, and the funny thing is. What do you mean by real estate?
They don't have Los Angeles.
They own half of Singapore. That's what they say.
Oh.
That's the real estate they own. They got. So anyway, that's Crazy Rich Asian. And we're a long story short. Anyway,
yeah, so that gets back to us just talking about how a movie does not necessarily have to be a black movie
exactly
to be enjoyable. That's what we're getting at.
Yeah. This was enjoyable. I mean, I love to see a black love story, but I love to see a love story. Period.
And that's fine to go. This movie has black people. It's a love story with black people in it. That's how it should be. This is a love story with black people in it. This is a love story with Hispanics in it. This is a love story with Asian people in it. This is a love story with Hawaiians in it. That's fine. I go see it. I go, okay, cool. A different experience. Same experience, but different.
Yeah, different.
It's a story told from a different angle.
Yeah, exactly. And then this is a story about a black and white person, a black and Hispanic person, Hispanic person, a white person, whatever. You know what I mean? You can keep mixing them up, and then you still got the same
story.
You can almost do Love and Basketball, same thing, and you can make it interracial too if you want to make it bring it back. Whether the girl's white or the guy's white and the girl's black. You can do like that.
Right. I'm kind of and no disrespect, but I'm kind of watered down on the black white thing.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say the same thing. I want to see some different.
I'm kind of watered down on it. Now, no, like I said, no disrespect or anything like that. But we've seen on several occasions the black guy, the white girl, the black girl, the white guy. We've seen enough of that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an Asian and a Hispanic together.
Yeah.
We ain't never seen that one.
We ain't never seen that, right.
Yeah, that's true.
We ain't never seen that one. I don't care how you dice that one up. Sorry for the hand signal. But, I'd like to see that.
Right.
Or Native American.
Right.
Yeah.
That's even, I've yet to see a Native American movie.
Or even a regular Indian movie. I mean, we don't get a lot of those. We know they are made.
Yes.
Right.
We know they're made, but we don't get a lot here.
That's true.
Right.
If you like, all I'm telling you, Hollywood is, if you make a good movie, you can stick anybody in you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. I mean, I love to see some people of color in the movie anyway. So.
I'm not saying dispute all. You know.
No. Because I'm just saying, because every movie, most movies that come out is just basically all white. So that's why black people get upset. Like, yo, put some of us in there because you know what I mean. Like we're about that life too.
My whole thing about it is.